Now in this question, the mass of this block A is 5 kg and that of B is 10 kg. If this theta is 37 degree and if there is no friction, find the value of A naught. Now we'll draw the free body diagram of this rod. This rod will experience a force in this direction. This triangular wedge will exert a force in this direction. Let this force be N. Now if we say if this angle is theta, so this angle is also theta, so this angle is 90 minus theta, this becomes theta. So from here we can say the force experienced by this rod is, this is N, this is theta, the other force is mg. Let 5 kg, let the mass of this be small m, and let this be 10 kg be capital M. So let the reaction by the surrounding is R. So from here we can say mg minus n cos theta, that is equal to m into acceleration of A. Let it be A1. Let the acceleration of this block be, rod be A1. So this is our first equation. In the same way, if we draw the triangular wedge, free body diagram of this triangular wedge, then we can say the horizontal force is the component of this N. Here it is N sin theta and here it is N cos theta. So from here we can say the horizontal force on this wedge is N cos theta, N sin theta. N sin theta is equal to mass of this wedge into acceleration of this wedge. This is our second equation. Now we also know from constant. From constant we know this vertical acceleration means this A1 and this horizontal acceleration A naught. So this will always form a triangle and this is theta. So from here we can say A1 is equal to A naught into tan theta. So this is our third relation. A1 is equal to A naught tan theta. This is our third relation. Now from first and second, if we eliminate the value of A1, if I substitute the value of A1 here, we get mg minus n cos theta is equal to m. A1 means A naught tan theta. Now from this and this expression, we can say mg minus, I will substitute the value of n from here, mg minus capital M into A naught divided by sin theta into cos theta is equal to m A naught tan theta. So from here we get mg must be equal to capital M cot theta plus small m tan theta into A naught. So A naught is equal to mg divided by capital M cot theta plus small m tan theta. Now we will substitute the value of small m, capital M and theta in this expression. So we get A naught is equal to, small m means 5 and g means 10 divided by capital M is 10 and cot 37 is 4 by 3 plus small m means 5 and tan theta means, tan 37 means 3 by 4. So from here we get this as A naught is equal to 5 into 10 into 3 into 4 divided by 10 into 16 plus 5 into 9. So from here we get this 5 will cancel out, this becomes 2 and this becomes 1. And after this we get this as 120 by 41. So A naught is approximately 120 by 41 is approximately 3 meter per second square. This is the answer. This is approximate answer. Now in this question, in the arrangement shown in figure, the mass of the block is 1.8 times the mass of rod. Let the mass of this rod be m, then the mass of the block is 1.8 m. The length of the rod is 100 centimeter. The length of this rod 100 centimeter. The mass of the pulley and the thread as well as the friction are negligible. The block is set in the same level as the lower end of the rod and then released and the arrangement is set in motion. When will the block reaches on the same level as the upper end of the rod? We have to calculate the time when this block will come to the upper end of this rod. Now we'll watch the video related to the motion of this block and this rod. Now see, this is the block, this is the rod. If this rod is going downward, this block will move upward, and we have to calculate the time when this block will reach this upper end of this rod. Let that time be t. There is a relative acceleration. If this block move with an acceleration a, the rod goes down with an acceleration of 2a by constant relation. We will solve it. There is a constant. If we stop this block, this rod stop its motion. Now let the tension in this string. First we will write the constant. Constant relation is if this block is going upward with an acceleration a, then the downward acceleration of this rod is 2a, because from here we will get a string and here we get a string double to that of a. So if it is a, this is a plus this is a, so it will go downward with an acceleration of 2a. So now let the tension in the string be t here, let the tension here be t. So here the tension is t by 2 because this pulley is massless. Here it is also t by 2. So first equation is this t minus 1.8 m into g is equal to m means 1.8 m into acceleration of this block. This is about the free body diagram of this block. This is the force equation for first particle, this first block. In the same way, if we draw the free body diagram of this rod is going downward with an acceleration 2a. So our equation is mg minus t by 2, that is equal to m into 2a. This is our second equation. Now from this first and second we can calculate, we will eliminate this t. So from second equation we can say 2 times mg minus t, we will multiply the second equation by 2 is equal to 4 ma. Now if we add, this is our second equation, if we add these two, so it becomes 2 mg minus 1.8 mg is equal to 4m plus 1.8 m into a. So from here we get a is equal to 0.2 mg divided by 5.8 m. So this will cancel out. We get it is 2 by 58 into 10. So acceleration of this comes out to be 20 by 58. Now this is the acceleration of this block and the acceleration of this rod is 2a. So we can say the relative acceleration of rod with respect to block is 3a. So this the relative acceleration between the block and this rod, because this is 2a, this is a, so relative acceleration is 3a. So I can say L is equal to 1 by 2 a into t square. This is a relative. So from here I can write a relative L is equal to 1 meter, that is equal to half into 3a into t square. So from this expression we get t is equal to root over 2 by 3 into a. A means it is 20 by 58. So I will substitute it here. It is 20 by 58. So it comes out to be, it is 10. It is root over 58 by 30, which is again equal to root over 29 by 15. So from this expression we get time, that is equal to 29 divided by 15 is equal to this, and root of this is approximately 1.37 second, which can be taken as 1.4 second. This is the answer. Now This is the next question. In this question, the figure shows an arrangement. The mass M, the mass of this block is M and that of wedge is capital M. If this angle is alpha, then we have to calculate the masses of this pulley and the thread are negligible. Then what is the acceleration of this wedge M? Let the acceleration of this wedge M be A. See the constant motion between these two wedge and this block. This acceleration is A. If you see this video, see the motion of when this triangular wedge is moving with an acceleration A, this block is moving horizontally as well as vertically. So with respect to this wedge, this block is moving along the incline, but with respect to ground, it is moving in this direction. It is moving horizontally as well as along the incline. So there is constant between the acceleration of this block and this wedge. This is the direction of motion, this is the direction of acceleration of this block. Then we have to calculate the acceleration of the wedge. Let the acceleration of this wedge be A. Now as we can say, this wedge is moving horizontally with acceleration A. In that situation, this block is having an acceleration A as well as the acceleration in horizontal direction. So we can say, we'll draw the free body diagram of this block. This force is T, the other force is mg. The normal reaction will act along this perpendicular to this incline and this angle is alpha. So we can say, if we are sitting with respect to wedge. Now if we are sitting on this wedge, then there is a pseudo force which will act on this block. So the pseudo force is M into A. This is the pseudo force, and this it is going downward with an acceleration A with respect to this wedge. So we can say Ma cos alpha. Ma cos alpha means the component of the pseudo force along this incline. Ma cos alpha plus mg sin alpha minus t is equal to m into a. This is our first equation. This is the force equation along this incline. The component of this ma, this is your pseudo force. This is our pseudo force. This is our first equation. In the same way, if I have to write another equation, we will take the horizontal force, we will write the whole system, we will take the whole system. If we take the whole system, then the acceleration of this block, triangular wedge, is A, and the acceleration of this block along x-axis is A minus A cos theta, because this angle is, it is alpha, A minus A cos alpha. The total horizontal acceleration is A and this is A cos alpha. So the resultant acceleration along horizontal direction of this block is A minus A cos alpha. So I can say the whole system is accelerated only by this tension T. So the second equation becomes T is equal to total this mass of this wedge into acceleration plus the mass of this block multiplied by horizontal acceleration of this block. So it is A minus A cos alpha. This is our second equation. If we substitute the value of T here, then we get m a cos alpha plus mg sin alpha minus t is equal to ma plus this t. T means capital M A plus small ma minus ma cos alpha. So A comes out to be mg sin alpha, this first term, divided by this ma cos alpha, it becomes 2m, this ma plus ma is 2m, plus capital M into A minus 2m cos alpha plus capital M. So this is the acceleration of this triangular wedge. Now in this question, find the mass of capital M. We have to find this mass hanging block which will prevent this smaller block from slipping over the triangular block. All the surfaces are frictionless and the string and the pulley are light. Now let the tension here be T. The tension here is T. So you can say the tension is responsible for pulling this whole system. So our one equation becomes T must be equal to M plus M dash into a. Let the whole system is accelerating with acceleration a. So this is our first equation. In the same way, for this block we can say capital mg minus t, that is equal to capital M into a. This is our second equation. Now this block is stationary. This small block is stationary with respect to wedge. So with respect to wedge, we can say we will draw the free body diagram. This is the normal reaction, this is mg, and this was pseudo force. Due to all these forces, it is under equilibrium. When we draw the free body diagram of this block while sitting on this wedge, this is the free body diagram. So if this angle is theta, I can say the total force along incline is balanced. So we can say mg sine theta must be equal to ma cos theta. This angle is also theta. So these two forces are balanced with respect to this observer who is sitting on wedge. So from here we get A is equal to g tan theta. This is the acceleration of the system. This is the acceleration of the system needed such that these two will remain in contact and stationary. Now from this first and second, I can say I will substitute the value of t here. Then I get capital mg minus t means m plus m dash into a is equal to capital M into a. So from here we get capital M into g minus capital M into a is equal to m plus m dash into a. So capital M comes out to be m plus capital M dash into a divided by g minus a, that is equal to m plus m dash into a means g tan theta divided by g minus g tan theta. So this g will cancel out, we get capital M is equal to m plus m dash into tan theta divided by 1 minus tan theta, which can also be written as, if I divide the numerator and denominator by tan theta, I get this as m plus m dash, this is m dash divided by cot theta minus 1. This is the answer. Now this question is, a man pulled himself up an inclined plane of inclination 15 degree by method as shown in this figure. The combined mass of this man and this cart is 100 kg. Determine the acceleration of the cart if this man is pulling with a force of 250 Newton. Now in this case, we will draw the free body diagram of this man and this cart together. So we can say the tension here is T, T and T. Here the force is mg sine theta. So we can say from here 3F, this tension is also equal to the pulling force. So 3T or 3F minus mg sine theta must be equal to m into a. So from here we get a is equal to 3F means 750 minus 100 into g means 10 into sine 15, theta means sine 15 divided by the total mass, that is 100. This is the acceleration of the two systems. Now this 0, 0, 0 will cancel out. We get 75 minus 100 sine 15 by 10. So this is equal to, this is 75 minus 100 into sine 15 is equal to 49, that is divided by 10. So it is approximately 4.9 meter per second square. This is the answer. Now in this question, an inclined plane makes an angle 30 degree with the horizontal. A groove OA of length 5 meter. This length is 5 meter. Is made this angle is 30 degree with this incline, with this line OX. Plane makes an angle 30 degree with OX. A short smooth cylinder is free to slide on the influence of gravity. Find the time taken by the cylinder to reach from A to O. This block, the cylinder is dropped inside this groove, so it will move in this direction. This angle is 30 degree, this is 30 degree, so the cylinder is moving in this direction. We can say the component of acceleration is g sine 30, and if this is g sine 30, the acceleration of this block is g sine 30 degree into the component along this AO is cos 60, because this angle is 60 degree. So acceleration of block B along this groove is g means 10 sine 30 1 by 2 and cos 60 is also 1 by 2. So it is 2.5 meter per second square. So I can say L is equal to 1 by 2a into t square. So L is 5 meter, that is 1 by 2a is 2.5 into t square. So this comes out to be 2. So t is equal to root over 4, that is 2 seconds. Now particle slide down a smooth inclined plane of elevator of angle theta. Let this an elevator, this angle is theta. The acceleration of this elevator is a0 upward. This angle is theta. Let's solve this question with respect to lift. Now with respect to elevator, we can say the one force acting on this block is its weight, that is mg. The other force is pseudo force, because this lift is going upward with an acceleration a0. So pseudo force on this block will act in this direction downward, that is ma0. This is the normal reaction which will act perpendicular to the surface inclined plane. If this length is capital L, then we can say the length of this inclined plane L is equal to L by cos theta. This is the length of this inclined plane. Now the acceleration of this block along this inclined plane can be written as acceleration along a inclined plane is mg sin theta plus ma sin theta. Ma naught sin theta is responsible for accelerating it. So it is g plus a naught into sin theta naught. Because in place of mg there is two forces, mg plus ma naught. These two are acting. So the component of these two forces along incline is mg plus a naught into sin theta naught, and these two forces produces an acceleration this. So I can say L is equal to 1 by 2 acceleration along incline into t square. So from here we get t, that is equal to root over 2L by acceleration along incline. This is equal to root over 2 into capital L, because we know small l, from here we know small l is this. So it is L divided by, it is g plus a naught into sin theta naught into cos theta naught. These are the answer. Three identical rigid circular cylinder ABC. This cylinder is A, this is A, B and C, are arranged on a smooth inclined surface. The surface is smooth here. Find the least value of theta that prevents the arrangement from collapse. Means when the system is on verge of collapse, so the contact between A and B will be lost. So n between A and B becomes 0. As soon as this A and B becomes 0, this C will come down and the system will collapse. So we'll draw the free body diagram. These are three are identical. So we can say this angle is 60 degree because it forms a equilateral triangle. This distance is 2r, this distance is 2r, this distance is 2r. Means line joining their centers will form a equilateral triangle. Now we'll draw the free body diagram of these three blocks. This is block A, this is cylinder A, this is B and this is C. Let here the normal reaction is N2. This cylinder A exert a force N2 here. So this is N2. Here it is N2. By symmetry we can say these two are equal. Now here this is N2. This is N2. This is also N2. This ground will exert a force here, that is N1. Let this be N1. So this is our N1. This is N1. This is the force exerted by the ground. This angle is 90 degree. It is perpendicular to this surface. Now if this angle is theta, this angle is also theta. So this angle is 90 minus theta. The weight of these two blocks, this is mg, this is mg, and this is also mg, will act vertically downward. The weight of all these three cylinders is acting like this. Now cylinder A is in under equilibrium. So we know this angle is 60 degree. So this angle, half angle, is 30 degree, and this is also 30 degree. So by balancing the vertical component, we get 2 N2 cos 30 must be equal to the weight, that is mg. Horizontal component of these two will cancel out. So this N2 N2 are equal. So this two will cancel out, because by symmetry we can say here the force is N2, this is also N2. So from here we get N2 is equal to mg by root 3. This is the normal reaction between this A and C and B and C. Now this cylinder A is also under horizontal equilibrium. This angle we know it is 60 degree. So this is also 60 degree. So balancing the horizontal force, we will balance the horizontal component of this force N2. The component of this N2 in this direction is the component of this N2 in this direction, that is equal to N2 cos 60, and the component of N1 in this direction is N1 cos 90 minus theta. So I will write the horizontal component of these two forces. The horizontal component of N2 means N2x, and the horizontal component of N1, N1x must be equal. So we can say N2 cos 60 must be equal to N1 cos 90 minus theta. So from here we get N2 cos 60 means 1 by 2 is equal to N1, and cos 90 minus theta means sin theta. This is our first equation. In the same way we will balance the vertical force on this block B. So vertically the one weight is acting vertically downward. N2, the component of N2 is also acting vertically downward. The weight is acting downward. So we can say N2 sin 60 plus mg must be equal to N1 sin 90 minus theta, or N2 sin 60 means root over 3 by 2 plus mg must be equal to N2, sorry, this is N1 sin 90 minus theta is cos theta. This is our second equation. If we divide first by second, we get N1 sin theta is equal to N2 by 2 divided by this one N1 cos theta. This is N1 cos theta divided by this is N2 into root 3 by 2 plus mg. Now substitute the value of N2 from here. We get this N1 will cancel out. We get tan theta is equal to N2 means mg by 2 root 3 whole divided by, it is N2 means mg by root 3 into root 3 by 2 plus mg. So this mg and mg will cancel out. We finally get 1 by 2 root 3 divided by, it is this root 3 will cancel out. We get 1 by 2 plus 1. So it is 1 by 2 root 3 divided by 3 by 2. So this 2 will cancel out, we get this as 1 by 3 root 3, or tan theta, that is equal to 1 by 3 root 3. So from here we can say theta, that is equal to tan inverse of 1 by 3 root 3. This is the answer. This is the minimum value of theta. If theta is less than this value, then the system will collapse immediately.